Welcome everybody here to Red Sky Stage. This is a first for us. We we try to do all kinds of different things to encourage music and entertainment in all its various fashions. And this is a particularly interesting one. Cigar Box instruments. I would say cigar box guitars, but now that I've been walking around here, I see some pretty strange things. My name is Marty Scott. I own Red Sky Stage, and we're just as happy as we can be to provide this for the guitar box, the cigar box guitar people, and hopefully we can provide a way for people to start getting together and learning a little bit about cigar box guitars and trying to do something. So we have quite a few things planned for today. We want to show you some cigar box instruments. Talk about it a little bit. We're going to have some people playing some of these to demonstrate them and explain what goes on with cigar box instruments. And hopefully we can have a little discussion and figure out where we want to go from here. Is this something people would like to do regularly and try to promote the hobby and the music of cigar box instruments? So take your time, enjoy.
Hey, this is Luke Patrick, and it's really nice being here for the first meeting of the Cigar Box Guitars.
What's his name?
Hi, I'm Preston Lazier. We're commencing the very first meeting of guys like me who build cigar box guitars. We're here at Red Sky Stage in Petoskey. I'm just going to give you a little blurb about some of the guitars that I've built. Been at it for about 5-ish years or so. This started out as a 4-string, but it just didn't seem right, so I added the 5th string, and they're each and every one of the guitars. I like to use wooden boxes. This particular one has a cherry fretboard with a white ash neck, sealed tuners, and I use things from around the house, like bolts and door closures, and your usual strap mounts for your strap for your guitar. I like the piezo pickups. They're very easy to use. They're very inexpensive, and this particular one, all the ones I do, uses a piezo disc, which is a little more rustic, a little more primal, if you will, to the guitars that we build than some of the more fancy electronic ones. They're fun. That's the whole point of getting these, is you can do what you want to do. Like I said, I have the 5-string. The 4-string that I have takes a different style box. The one new thing about all these guitars, they all have their own voice. They all have a different sound to them, and some can be played acoustically, some can be played electronically if you want to plug them in. I use different things like the old skeleton key for the bridge. Sometimes there's the decorations in the box you can peel loose and reattach, different places for a look that you might particularly want to use. Some guys like using pre-made string trees. I use Craig screws, okay? That's just depends on what you like, how you want to build it. Because the one thing about cigar box guitars is there are no rules. There are ways you can build them so they're more playable for one type of music or another, but it depends on the person, okay? I've got Luke Kilpatrick here. He's been playing since 16. He can play anything, but boy, when he gets a hold of a diddly bow, can you imagine a single string electronic 4x2x8 4, anyway, that thing, he can make that thing sing along with anything else that he picks up. So pretty cool.
That's a 2x4, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Ben sent us a bunch of freebies from CB Getty with different things, some keychains and some refrigerator magnets, business thing, some stickers and stuff. We're probably going to do a little drawing a little bit later to see if we can give these cups away, and of course it says CB Getty right on them, and some t-shirts to give away. So that was all freebies sent by Ben, who owns CB Getty, actually owns the whole website and everything, but he's a really great guy. So we're just gonna try to put this whole thing together, and it's kind of something I came up with because other places in the United States have had actual festivals where they get together and they have tents and they have performers, they have music all day long, they have foods, they have all kinds of stuff. So if that's eventually what we work to, we'd love to have it here in northern Michigan.
Hello, my name is Joe Chipman. We're at the Red Sky Stage in Petoskey, Michigan. We're having our first annual Cigar Box Nation meet and greet. I make box guitars, not quite cigar boxes, but it's how I make them. This is a 4-string, and I brought a 3-string and 2 6-strings, and of course the other boxes I've made over time. It's going to work good for me. Like I said, I just set it up yesterday. Glued in the coins and
A $50 in there.
a barber $50, 1902. I usually try to put a coin in every one of the holes, just for fun.
And I like it. I'm a coin collector. I like it.
It's not a real valuable coin itself. It's only like $10 for it. So.
It's not bad for a $50. Actually, it's probably more than $10. Silver.
The guy right here, Petoskey, sold it to me for $10.
Oh, right.
Right down the
These
street.
make beautiful decorations.
Oh, yes.
On the wall if you don't play.
Now, what this is it's a pair of surface mount gold foil pickups to a Telecaster switch here.
Oh yeah, I thought that looked familiar.
Okay. Yes. CB Getty's got them for $18 on the internet.
CB Getty makes guitars out of cigar boxes also, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Cigar
he does.
Box Getty.
Well, the idea is he is our supply house for anybody that builds cigar box guitars in the world. Has the best selection of all the parts needed.
I like the smell of the linseed oil. Yeah, I used to be a woodworker.
This is actually teak oil, but it has the linseed oil in it. And I thought it
The
was
one backbone to this organization is a website called Cigar Box Nation. It was started by Shane Spiel. Actually started out with a simple chat room and eventually developed a complete website. And on the website you can see videos on how to build a cigar box guitar, how to tune a cigar box guitar, how to build speakers, anything and everything concerning cigar box guitars. And the guy who eventually bought out Shane Spiel so that he could go on to his music career was CB Getty. CB Getty started out in the back room of his garage, and now he's got an actual mill up in New Hampshire that he's turned into a store to where he can supply anybody, and I usually call him to give them the order, and I usually within a week I'll have any particular parts that I want for a cigar box guitar. And that's no exaggeration, that's the way it's been. And I'm in Michigan, he's in New Hampshire, so that's pretty good.
All right, this is Luke Patrick. It's great to be here at Red Sky Stage. We're doing our first annual Cigar Box Nation get together.
What you gonna play? You got it? Is the name of the song?
What's that?
What's the name of the song you're gonna do?
John the Revelator.
Cool.
Revelation on the foot of the 7 seals of mine.
My
And
name's
say,
Dale Parsons. I'm from Boyne City, and I play the fiddle. And this one here was made for me by a guy by the name of Michael Hulip, who actually lives in Florida now, but he's from New Jersey originally. And as you can see, back of it, we have a very tiny. There's the front is spruce. I didn't know he was making for me at the time because he measured my regular fiddle to get the dimensions. And it sounds pretty good, you know, so.
it's got a good sound, huh?
Oh, yes, it does.
Think that music bounces around in a square box. It might be better than a violin design, huh? That sounded pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I have played fiddles, regular fiddles, that don't sound as good as this. Really. I was quite surprised, you know.
You going to be out on the streets of Boyne?
No, probably not. So, but anyway, this is his first time to build something like this. And very much. The guy was he's retired now, but he was a pattern maker in New Jersey, as I understand. So he's a craftsman, you know, no question about that. And we have. I met him. I joined the Crystal River Boat Builders, and met him there, and it's got to be a good friends and stuff. And he.
It's a nice creation.
Is this something you guys like to do?
Yeah, I mean, mostly seasonally, you know, at least 4 times a year. You know,
You want to do it so it builds up.
because I'll be changing my calendar between, and I'll totally lose the date.
Yeah, if we did it, you know, I mean, to take the other end of the extreme, if we did it every month, then that would be a good way to grow it.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know, and people would know who's going to be here, and
Right.
you know, if it's every 4 months or something, then we have to reinvent.
And I know other people that would come, but one of the guys like that I've sold him to in the past, he operates on the boats.
Sure.
And he's gone on the boats right now, you know. He's like, yeah, if it'd been like 2 weeks ago, he would have still been here, you know. But he goes, well, if you have another one, you know, but yeah, and, another kid that I sold him to, which I know would come, he's at college, a couple of them are. A couple of the kids that I sold him to, I wasn't even able to get a hold of them, so there are definitely more that would come.
I know I had one guy get a hold of me from Detroit. Said he was thinking about coming up, but I never heard really.
Well, how did you guys?
I would think, you know. I just wondered what something.
I had heard about it from Kevin Johnson. Yeah. I didn't know anything about it. Actually, I went to Mackinac to see Kevin play, and Lou was there sharing the stage with him off and on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is really cool. So I started gathering stuff, and I went online and saw Cigar Nation, but I didn't know this was going to happen here in Petoskey until just a little while ago. I don't know, when did you put it together?
I kind of, over the last,
Yeah, so I found out
an
maybe
actual
a point
trying to
Yeah,
get
they're
feelers.
sort of all,
Yeah.
Is there a national organization already?
There is well, the website is worldwide. There's a guy that calls himself Captain Nemov from Russia.
Russia, yes.
Wow.
And he communicates every once in a while. You look at it and go, it's in Russian. How am I supposed to understand that? Okay? But people around the world understand it.
But you're talking
I know.
about through Cigar
So,
Box Nation,
Through
right?
Cigar Box.
Everything through Cigar Box
And
Nation.
that's a website.
That is
So it's a website only, so they haven't actually had a get-together like this that we know of.
Not Michigan.
Not up here, yes. they
Pennsylvania.
do in other places.
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Find out what they're doing.
So
They might have taken it a step further too and
They
get some
have.
ideas from them.
They've been, matter of fact, I think this year was the 4th or 5th
Oh, this is the
annual
5th, yeah.
festival that they have. And they tied it in with a city festival at the same time, so the people who are running back and forth between the two.
This is the festival area right here, Red Sky Stage.
The misconception is these cigar box guitars are a new movement.
Right.
No, they've been around
Yeah, that's
since they started shipping cigars over here in the small box.
Right, 1830s?
Actually, it was right after, they started right before the end of the Civil War. And then shortly after that, it became, well, first it was limited quantities for certain people.
Yeah.
Had fancy boxes for those certain people. And then the government goes, well, we got to rebuild after the Civil War. We need money. Oh, we know exactly how many cigars are in there. We can tax this. And then it went from there. Okay, then they told no more crates of cigars. We don't know how many is in that crate. I want them all in boxes so I can get a count, so I can get my tax money. So we can rebuild after the Civil War.
Right, and then people with no money was able to build instruments because they used that as a box.
So many
Nail them
cigar
playing
boxes.
convicts and chicken wire, you know?
I
Yeah.
seen something on TV of in Africa where the people didn't have any money and they were building instruments out of common everyday stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yes,
They're not members though, but I saw that. That's what.
Well, and they had a lot of banjo players
yes.
started
Yeah.
out that way, you know?
Absolutely.
Just
One
building-
of the things that they brought on to the Cigar Box Nation was a guy down in Tahiti, one of those islands. He was blind, but somehow he got his hands on a fuel can guitar. And he had learned to play that, and they thought it was cool. They put it on the Nation, they showed, and they sent money to him to help him, and they've been really
Well,
good.
someone rebuilt or built a brand new
Yes.
one and shipped it to
They
them.
built him a new one,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yep, a blue one.
Yep.
Well, I think this is a good area for interest because, you know, there's a lot of musicians here and there's a lot of people who like to build things and, you know, artists and the whole combination of people that might really be interested in
And
this.
it doesn't just have to be the guitars, they can build like with violin or.
Yes.
And I think banjos.
Bass
Well,
guitar.
we got one string,
Full bass,
two
yeah.
strings,
I
and
see
basses.
stand-up basses
Yeah.
made out of
Well, my next is gonna be a sit-down bass.
But you guys are true artists. You're not doing this for money.
No.
And that's where you generate outside people that say, well, I want one of those to hang on the wall.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, if I can make 20 of these, you know, then I can go to Florida next winter. But
I've been in Florida, it ain't all quacked up.
Arizona then.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of people out